Hello everyone, it is the friendly neighborhood gaming weasel back at it again. Gyre, one of the newest, actually the newest Warframe that has been introduced inside of the game. She is joining the roster, and what do I think of her? The build, what does it look like? Is she good for this? What are her bad sides? And so on and so forth. But before we actually start the video, a like, a comment and subscribe would be greatly appreciated by me, the gaming weasel. The more of you, the funner it is, I guess. But yeah, nonetheless, the self-plug, aside, what do I think of Gyre before we actually start the actual, in-depth? She is very interesting. She is very fun, in my opinion. I wouldn't honestly use her for Steel Path, even though the gameplay in the background is Steel Path. But yeah, when the Acolyte appears, I die pretty much because I'm not the best Gyre player in the world. And plus, my build is not 100% finished; it's like 99% finished. But it is quite usable, if I do say so myself. So, what are her bad sides? Her bad sides are survivability. It is quite bad. She doesn't have any damage reduction abilities or some invincible abilities. She has basically crowd controlling abilities, and you can boost your critical chance. Basically, that is what her abilities sum up to be. So, talking about abilities, her passive. Gyre's abilities have a 10% chance to deal critical damage for each electrical status that affects the enemy. So, an electrical weapon would be very good with Gyre. The Amprex or the Phantasm are two very good weapons. In the gameplay, I'm using the Bubonico, basically just applying viral and corrosive through my primary and secondary fire. If I was using an electrical weapon, yes, it would be a little bit better, but I don't think it's that big of a game changer. Arc Sphere, one of her her first ability, you can cast 3 of these. They basically create a dome that shocks enemies and does damage, I guess, on cast and also over time. A very decent and a really good ability. I'm gonna talk about that one later. Coil Horizon, one of the more interesting abilities. The only thing that I don't like about this ability is it bounces around like a goddamn beach ball. It can go literally anywhere. You can never predict where it goes. It's kind of unpredictable in that way. The only good thing that they did is you can manually trigger it by pressing the 2 key again. Basically what this ability does is it drags in enemies, pulls them in, does damage over time, and of course explosion damage when it actually does implode. Cathood Grace, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, probably not, knowing myself. You gain more critical chance and energy regen, and killing enemies will extend the duration of this ability. When it runs out or lack of enemies, or just you didn't kill any, the ability has a 60-second cooldown. Honestly, critical chance, energy rate, very good here, I have to say. And then Rotor Swell, her 4th ability, basically floating little plates around her, and you damage enemies. And of course, what happens is you send an electrical current through that one enemy that you damaged, moving on to the second one, third one that are quite close. It does electrical damage as well inside of that circle, so they do of course get stunned because of course the electrical proc can stun enemies, and this combined with Arc Sphere and Coil Horizon is very good. Her abilities synergize very well with each other, that's what I think. And basically what I do: Cathode Grace, energy regeneration, and of course critical chance, first ability that I cast. Coil Horizon, second one, and then either Roswell or Arc Sphere are gonna be one of the last abilities that I'm going to cast. And as you can see in the gameplay with the Bubonico, it is pretty much you can kill enemies very proficiently with her. My playstyle with her, at least in Steel Path, is definitely sit in the corner and just weep and cry. I guess build looks something like this. We have corrosive projection for the aura. definitely change this out for Brief Respite. It is going to be one of the more useful auras for her. Now, I sadly didn't, because I didn't have the time to rank her up even more. Power Drift for the aura, Prime Continuity, Blind Rage, Intensify, Augur Message, Flow, Streamline, Stretch, and of course Vitality. Now, if you were to put 2 Umbral mods, Umbral Vitality and Umbral Intensify would be very, very good on this Warframe. Of course, as I said, Brief Respite could be quite useful as well. Of course, if you're having issues with survivability, just use shield gating, basically. That is another option that you have for survivability, and a very good one for Gyre, believe me. Augur Message can be changed out for Constitution for that extra little bit of duration, and I don't know why, but I haven't changed out my flow for Prime Flow, which I'll be doing right after this video. And basically that is what the build looks like. In general, a very, very good Warframe. In my honest opinion, I do think there are better Warframes for Steel Path than Gyre. And she's very good. I'm not saying she's useless in Steel Path. She can definitely be useful. I just think there are better Warframes for of course, Steel Path. A very good ability set, very good synergy between them. Critical chance energy regen is one of the coolest things that I think. Her 4th ability is very good. Her 2nd one, I think, it should bounce a little bit less. Honestly, just that's it. The only thing that like pulls it out of the mother, or the shitter, I guess, is basically that you can manually detonate it, and that's it. And of course, the 1st ability that you can cast 3 of them, you can cover a large area without any issues with these Arc Spheres, and then just basically stun lock enemies. So, a very good and fun Warframe. If you possibly get the chance, grind her out. She will be very, very fun. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, leave a like, a comment, and do subscribe for more. And I will see you guys on the next one. This has been the Gaming Weasel, over and out.